Hello my friends and welcome back to the second episode of Let's Play Kerbal Space Program. I'm for Planes, and today we're going to do a little bit of science. I have cleaned a little bit of the mess I left in the previous attempt, recovered a few flights, and also I played around in the config file of a clone engine part, the ramjet-scramjet engine hybrid. What I did is I made it harder to fly with it. Well, because the way I had it previously, before, it was set up very simple, and this is something I don't really like that much, because if it's too simple, like I said in episode number 1, it feels like cheating to me, and I don't like cheating. Yeah, we're going to build a fairly similar plane to our previous design, and I'm going to see you once we have the finished product in our spaceplane hangar. Till then, okay, the product is now finished. As you see, looks like a plane, should fly like a plane, very stable, and hopefully very quickly. All that's left is the setup, and prior or different to the other video, I'm not skipping the setup. I'm doing it with you guys and girls, or some people who watch me. What I'm doing right now is I'm setting up my control surfaces. Having to do so as part of Ferrum Aerospace Research plugin, because the Ferrum Aerospace Research plugin, it adds, well, this function which basically turns into a must, because if you don't, your plane won't fly properly, and therefore you should really do so. I'm now, as you see when I'm clicking this, there I have wings highlighting, and I'm setting which kind of function they should do. This here, which I've now highlighted, are the yawing control surfaces, and by doing so, I make the plane properly flyable. We're also now going to give it a name, and yeah, let's call it Sonic Hunter. For test for science and testing the scramjet engine hybrid. Okay. One last thing to do is looking at the action groups. That's something I didn't cover in the previous episode. You can preset your craft to do certain things in the action groups menu. For example, you see I clicked the ramjet-scramjet hybrid engine, and it gives me a couple of options. I can now click and say custom key number 2, which is the number 2 key on your normal keyboard, not on the numpad, and that should switch my engine mode. Okay, well, take it out. Let's put it in number 3. Custom 2 toggles my engine, and custom 1 toggles my other engine. I'd say that's more or less all I need. That here are gyroscopes, which I'll now make toggleable, because they take electricity, and I don't have limitless electricity in this design. And with all that said and done, the craft is now finished and able to lift off. So, see you at the runway. Okay, there we are. So, today's flight plan is lifting off, getting up to altitude, accelerating, going very quickly, and testing the ramjet-scramjet function of the hybrid engine. Good, it changes it. That's good. If you looked at current mode here, when I press 3, it changes it. So that's working. Activates and shuts off the engine. Activates and shuts off the other engine. Genius. Okay. Now then, let's lift off. I'll see you up at cruising altitude and cruising speed. Till then. Whoa, shit. Oops. Okay, I'll not see you there. I probably messed up somewhere in building that thing. Yep, I did. Oops. That's rather comical. Rebuild, re-engineer, and I'll see you then. Okay. It's now redesigned. Well then, I'll still have to reset up everything, all the control surfaces and stuff. And I'll see you at the runway then. Till then. Okay. We're here again. So, what basically happened the last time we tried and lift off, or we tumbled out of control like that, was that the plane produced too much lift at the front of the plane, and therefore the nose always kept going up and I couldn't get it under control again. I hopefully changed it in this design by putting the wings more at the back, and it will now hopefully fly more stable. Well, we'll see. It's rather nighttime already, so that's why I'm going to warp around to daytime, and then we're going to lift off again, and I'll cruise up to cruising altitude, and I'll see you again there, hopefully without any emergencies and other thingy-dingies to happen. And I'll keep you updated on what happens. Yeah. Till then, look at that difference. It flies stable. It follows the commands I do. That's good. I'm a happy camper now. I'll see you up once we get up to speeds where we can run the ramjet and scramjet hybrid. Till then, we are now approaching the sound barrier, and breaking through the sound barrier you don't hear anything, but flight characteristics of the plane change dramatically, so it won't really happen anything drastic, but the plane will fly much different. So we're now almost through the sound barrier, and I'll see ya when we're really fast, and I can then switch to the other type of engine. Okay, we're now gaining speed really quickly. We're probably accelerating around half a g, which is 5 to 6 meters a second or so. The pilot must really feel like he's pressed in his seat quite violently right now. But since it's a virtual game, I don't care. Now it's time to put on the other engine. Oh, we're getting an overheat. Nah. Oops, the overheat is on the turbojets. Doesn't seem to be anything to worry that much about. I probably should stop climbing right now. Now it's time to turn off the turbojets, because as you see they rapidly decrease in thrust, and that's not really helpful, and also they're going to flame out in a second or so, as they did right now, which is why the plane is now tumbling a little. But it's nothing to worry that much about. We should probably climb a little. Oh man, I hate that. When the craft is not doing what you want it to do. I'd now changed the engines, as you might have. No, you didn't hear, but we're now on the turbojets again. I'm now adding the ramjets, and once again, let's hope we'll make it up high enough and fast enough that we don't have to worry about stupid things like engine flame outs and stuff. Okay. I should in theory be now high enough. Gah! Stop wiggling around so much. Damn plane. It's never easy, is it? Oh man. It seems it's not working quite as well as I envisioned it to work. I'll have to change engines again. Oh, crappity crap. As you see, the electric charge depleted because I forgot to turn off the torque wheels. Yeah, that's what happens if you don't pay attention to what you're doing. New goal. Let's really climb up high. Watch our intake air. And then turn around and retry this again. Oh, we're flaming out already. Damn it. And that's successful already. Flame outs. Oh well. It's bugger that the animations are not working correctly. Scramjet. Ramjet. What the? Why is the engine producing a higher thrust than the other engine? And why is it not doing something with my plane? What kind of trickery is this? What kind of trickery is here at work? It's not working as it's supposed to be. I don't like it. Oh man. Please do as you're supposed to do. Stupid thing. Oh man. Once we have managed to successfully accelerate fast enough, I'll catch you again. But it doesn't seem like we're managing quite as well as I thought we would. It's annoying. Oh man. Oh well. Not everything can work the first time, does it? Well, at least right now we're climbing sufficient rate. We're getting along on the planet. I'll get back to you once we're done. And once we're more successful, I guess. Okay. It now seems to work better. Well, Kerbal Space Program was out of commission. It crashed a few seconds after I stopped recording to cut, and therefore, yeah, I don't really have it on video what I did afterwards, and so I had to relaunch. It took a much deeper ascent. I launched much earlier in the day, and we're now back on the quest on running on the Sabres, which are scramjets, ramjets, which are already running at 150 kilonewtons, and the others, the turbojets, to get up to speed and altitude. We're going to get near flame mod territory. Nyeh. I don't like that. Okay. I'll try and keep you updated of what's due to come. Uh, 60 kilonewtons. This is still not enough. Damn it. 0.11 intake air. Man, we're close. Well, I'll keep you updated once we get past 1350 meters per second. Till then. Okay, I've now taken a different attempt. I've climbed up really high. And now I'm going to try and get through and go only in turbojet mode on just the normal engine. Another way, let's say. But it doesn't seem to have worked quite in the way I envisioned it to work. Oh well. You can always retry. I wonder why they're not starting as they are supposed to start. I hate it when that happens. Oh well. I'll see you once I get successful finally. Well, I don't seem to be able to go faster than 1325.5 meters without risking a flameout, or going higher than 27,200.
I've circumnavigated almost half the globe, so I think we'll have to try another design. Or I'll read up on... yeah. There are a few options I could take from here on. Option number 1 is I'll go and put the velocity, change the velocity curve of this engine, make it reach full thrust earlier. I'll go change the velocity curve of that one, have it thrust on high thrust longer. I can go and put on tons of intakes. I've added one other intake from the last iteration to this one when Kerbal Space Program crashed before I took off again. I don't know what I'm gonna do from this point on. Let's see. Well, we're still gaining altitude right now. I'll minimize the climb rate to make it climb more slowly. And let's see when I'm going to get a flame out and if I can get faster. I'll keep you with me, or rather, I'll keep you informed if something interesting happens. Let's see. Not even dropping altitude has brought anything good. So I'll search myself a flat spot to land on, and we'll call that a failure. And let's try again. Well, I'll keep you with me once I get a flat spot. That there looks quite good. Well, we're going to land down there, where I'm pointing myself right now. And I'm going to keep you with me. Well, it seems we've successfully turned around, and now it's just a matter of I have to land there. And landing on areas like this is not the easiest thing to do. I'll say that much. Let's drop some altitude. And then let's begin to land. Well, I'll keep you with me on this one. Let's say, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do now that this was a proper failure. What I should do, I'll read up on how these engines are supposed to behave, and I'll plug in the correct numbers, and we'll test it again. But that's going to be the next episode. Not in this one, because I think this one already is 15-20 minutes long or so. So, we're not going to make it again and again. We're gonna... that looks... flat enough for me. Let's lose some speed, get out the gear, pull up the nose, not that much, gear is out, turn on the landing lights. We're rather a bit close to the ground, it seems. That seems flat enough to land on. I hope. Well, we'll try. And we'll see. Radar altitude? Nah, it's not up yet. Ugh. Oh well. No. Don't crash. Dear plane, please do not crash. Thank you, plane. Okay. Successful landing. Noted Kerbal so far that I can prove. And Well, till next episode. See you again. Well, I know I promised that I won't make this Let's Play any lengthier, but I read up on engines and such on the internet, and it seems that I had, misedited my config files. So I changed that, and, well, we're going to try again. So we'll see each other at the runway. Well, here I am. We're launching the same plane again. I've changed the misedits I had on my config files. And let's hope it will now work. Well, what I misedited was the characteristics of the thrust development of the ramjet node was wrong. Ramjets are a little bit picky about the speed they run at, but I put the speed where the ramjet will start to develop a significant amount of thrust too high. I put it around Mach 3, whereas the threshold is about Mach 2.5. And I put the upper barrier around Mach 5.5, whereas the threshold is around Mach 6. And now I'll have to look that up so that I don't tell you some bogus. 6 yeah. And let's hope it will work better now. Develops a little bit of thrust, but not significant. Well, let's see how it goes. I'll see you once we're up really fast and really high. Okay, we're now at 19,000 meters altitude, and we're gathering speed quite quickly. And I'll now keep you with me, and we're going to look at how well our ramjet hybrid engine does with the edits to its config file. I've now added it into the running engines. Sadly, the animation is still broken, and you don't see it, but when I turn it on and off, you'll see here that the fuel consumption changes. The higher fuel consumption means it's on. And it does work quite good. It starts quite well, produces a lot of thrust. I'm surprised it goes that good. Oh well. Sometimes things are not as they seem they would be. Let's hope we're going to get fast enough this time, at least. It does seem we're getting quite up to some speeds very quickly. Well, in fact, that's all I hoped this engine would do. We're up too high. Cause we're having too low amount of air. But I'm not going to worry about that this much. Let's see how it goes. It's climb rate. Climb rate is normalizing itself. Well, it seems to work a little better than it did last time, if I'm not mistaken. But we're still losing speed quite quickly. What to do? What to do? What to do? I don't know. We're having enough air to add our turbojets again. Let's see if we can try this again. it should work better than last time. It really should. Oh well. I'll keep you updated if we really make it. And if not, I'll have to change my design. And we'll have to try again. Well, we'll have to be this way then. We can't do anything against that. It's not any different than in the real world, except that it's a simulation and not a real experiment. Result seems to be the same. Well, the transition was more fluid, but that's all. I honestly don't know what to do right now. It seems it needs more thrust. Oh well. We'll try that in a later design. Till then, I'm for Planes. I'm your trusty chief engineer and pilot of Kerbal Space Program. Have a good time.